How we doing, boys? Just got out of the gym and I had some thoughts on my mind that I wanted to get on a video and basically address. So normally when I make these videos, right, I sit down, I teach you all the lessons I've learned going from 0 to millionaire at 19, all the positive things, right? How to get rich, how to win, how to succeed, all those things. But in this video, we're not gonna do that. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the negative things that are holding you back, because something I'm really big on is just eliminating the bad things in your life and you will win by default. This has been a huge part of my life. This has been a huge part of my success. Simply getting rid of the BS and why that will make you win by default. It's not going to be the cliche video where I just tell you to stop drinking and stop smoking weed, and that's all it is. But let's start with that. So you need to stop drinking and you need to stop smoking weed, along with a lot of other things. What other negative things are there? You know your vices if you're watching this, right? Maybe it's video games, maybe it's too much YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, maybe it's, you know, some things I can't say on YouTube, maybe it's just some other things, you know, whatever your vice is, whatever you know in the back of your mind that you're wasting time on every single day. So in order to realize how detrimental this is, spending, you know, 7 hours a week on video games, that's an hour a night. Another probably 3 hours a day on Instagram and TikTok is probably the average right now, probably more. Let's call it 3. Boom, you do 3 times 7. What is that? Another 24 hours or 21 hours a week, excuse me. So like you're already at pretty much like 30 hours a week you're wasted. And that's just video games and that's just TikTok. We're not even talking about partying. We're not even talking about drinking. We're not even talking about YouTube, movies, all this stuff, right? So it's amazing how quickly this adds up. And in order to get a really good grasp on understanding why this is so detrimental, you guys need to understand what time can be converted into. Now, if you're a normal person, right? If you're around my age and you've lived a normal life, right? You probably went to school, you probably, you know, got into Instagram and TikTok when it started becoming popular, started to get your dopamine receptors more and more fried the older you get, and now you can't pay attention to anything. You're in a pretty rough spot when it comes to your attention span, when it comes to your discipline and being able to focus on something, right? So if you're in that generation, right, or if you're in that loop, you know, you find yourself scrolling too much on TikTok, you find yourself playing too many video games, watching too much Netflix, this video is going to help you a lot, because I'm not only going to tell you why this is detrimental, I'm going to tell you how to break, you know, these bad cycles and basically improve your life. So why is it detrimental? Well, you need to understand that time is literally the currency of life. Time can be converted into anything. You could spend time going to the gym like I just did. You could spend time working on your business. You could spend time reading or watching videos that are making you smarter and helping you, you know, learn more about what you're trying to achieve. Or you can spend time partying. You can spend time drinking. You can spend time smoking weed. You can spend time doing whatever you want. And the only differentiator to make this stupid simple from rich people and poor people is that rich people use their time wisely and poor people don't use their time wisely. That's really all it is. The whole money game, the whole entrepreneur game is all just a time management game, because guess what? We all get the same 24 hours in a day. Elon Musk is worth what? $300 billion, and he's had the same amount of time as every other 55-year-old or however old he is, you know? He's had the same amount of time as everyone else. He has the same amount of time in a day. And when you see these people, right, online, I may be one of them, flexing the cars, flexing the lifestyle, whatever. You see these people online that are your age. It means that they have succeeded with the exact same amount of time you've had. And the only difference usually is that they spent their time wisely. You spent your time not wisely. So if you want to get rich and you want to be successful, you need to simply start using your time wisely instead of dumb. You need to start actually doing productive things instead of things that are not only not productive, but also pushing you backwards. Because another law of the universe, another law of life that is 100% true is if you're not going forward, you're going backward, right? Life's like a hill. This is success. This is where you're at. If you're going forward, boom, you're getting closer. But if you stop, you're not just going to stop. You're going to keep going down that hill backwards. So if you're not moving towards something, you're going backwards. If you're not growing, you're dying. So it's not just about only using time to be productive. It's also about not using time to do things that are going to detriment your productivity in those good hours. And like I said at the start of this video, eliminating BS and eliminating things that don't help me was one of the biggest things that helped me become successful. So now that you understand that time can be converted to anything, you can basically use your time to, you know, get rich, get strong, get smarter, whatever you want to use. You can use it on productive things or you can use it on negative things. I'm going to tell you why getting rid of those negative things is also going to help with the positive. Not just, you know, not just that you're going to have more time, but also why it's going to make your positive hours a lot better and just make you much more successful. So when you drink, you're not just just drinking for 2 hours, right? You have to drive to the bar, you have to drink for 2 hours, you have to drive home, you're probably gonna be tired, you're probably gonna eat junk food, which is gonna make you fatter, you're probably gonna be hungover, and because of that food you ate, you're gonna feel lethargic the next morning, and all of a sudden, that 2-hour window of drinking actually turned into, without sleep, like 8 hours of waking time that is pretty much ruined because of the drinking. Say you play video games, right? It's not just the 2 hours you play video games, it's the 2 hours playing video games and also your dopamine receptors are getting fried. Also, that after you finish playing video games, you're just gonna be looking for something quick to entertain you. It's not just eating junk food, it's also the feeling you get after, where, you feel lethargic, you don't wanna do anything, and that also, kind of falls into ruining your work or ruining your productive hours. So all these things have trickling effects. All these negative things in your life aren't just about the actual negative thing, it's about how it affects the positive things. So if you just go cold turkey on everything like I did, right? If you just cut off the friends that aren't benefiting you, cut off the junk food, cut off, all the things you're wasting time on, whether it's video games, whether it's, I already said bad friends, whether it's smoking weed, some vice like that. If you go cold turkey, it's amazing how much more productive you'll be simply because those negative things aren't an option. Why aren't you productive? You're not productive because instead of working, you could play video games. Because instead of working out late in the gym when you need to go to the gym, you could go party with your friends. But the amazing thing is, if you don't hook up your Xbox, you can't play video games. If you cut off those friends who aren't benefiting you and just want to party, you're not invited to the party. If you don't have anything else in your life to do besides, achieve your goals, you're only going to do that. You're automatically going to lean more into what is accessible. And I posted something on Instagram a few days ago, which did pretty well. I think a lot of people resonated with it. And I basically said, if a water bottle's closer to you, you're gonna drink more water. If you lay out your clothes for the gym the night before you have to go, you're gonna go to the workout in the morning. You're more likely to go than if you didn't have your, outfit set up. It's the same thing with everything, right? The more accessible something is to you, the easier it's gonna be. I don't even have junk food in my house. I started eating a lot cleaner when I moved out simply because I wasn't living with my parents. Like my mom, my sister, they like junk food, so if it's in the pantry, it's accessible to me, I'm more likely to eat it. If it's not at my house, I have to go on DoorDash, I have to order it, I have to wait 30 minutes, and by that time, I'm probably just gonna go to sleep anyway. So it's all about how accessible things are to you. And it's not just about the negative things, you can do the same thing with the positive things, right? For example, like I was just mentioning about the gym, if you lay out your outfit, the night before, you're more likely to go to the gym. If you make a schedule for all the tasks you have to do in your business, you're more likely to complete those and be more disciplined in the morning because you have to get this, and this done, right? So you need to basically hack your life, biohack your life so that every single thing is more convenient and everything is pushing you towards your goals instead of away from your goals. That's the problem with most people, right? Most people are constantly getting pushed away from their goals. Most people have so many things going in the negative direction that it's so hard to go in the positive direction. It's like a current, right? All your friends are texting you, let's go to this bar tonight, let's do this. You have, you're probably on dating apps. You got 5 girls texting you who you don't even like. They're probably 4s anyway. Because you're on dating apps and you're so thirsty, that's in the back of your mind. You have so many other things you could do besides achieve your goals that's what you're gonna lean towards. Me, I live the most boring lifestyle in the world from the outside looking in. Now, I love it. I may be a little bit extreme on these, subjects because of how I live, but I don't have any girlfriend. I don't talk to any girls unless it's actually beneficial that they could be my long-term partner. And I'm in Miami, so I don't think I got to worry about that. But I don't talk to girls. I'm not on dating apps. I'm not a loser. I don't do those things. I don't have the friends who drink. I don't have, my Xbox hooked up. I don't have junk food. I don't have all of these things that would lead me in the wrong direction because I want myself to easily be pushed to work and vice versa. I write my list out every single morning or the night before on what I have to do that day. I lay out my outfits the night before to go to the gym and what I'm going to wear throughout the day. I have the best setup I could possibly have in my office so I can use the best equipment. It makes me want to work more. Every single thing in my life is designed, and every single thing in my life is designed to push me towards my goals, push me towards working more, towards getting more things done. And because I don't have these friends, constantly in my ear, because I don't have the junk food in my pantry, because I don't have all these things, it's so easy to win because there's nothing else to do. I have no plans on a Friday night and a Saturday night, but I did that on purpose. I could be friends with a lot of these random guys out in Miami that go to live every weekend, that go to 11 every weekend, go party, go have fun, but that's not what I'm trying to do with my life. I'm trying to achieve as much as possible. I don't know how you are watching this, but me personally, I've realized after going through the girls, after going through the partying, all that crap, that the only thing that actually fulfills me is achieving things and becoming the best version of myself. So I cut all that out, right? I was like, okay, this is an empty hole. This is just, something that's going to suck you in and leave you feeling empty. I don't want to do that. I just want to achieve as much as I want to achieve. So I designed my life that way, right? And it's amazing how these compounding effects work, right? Because like I said, everything leans into one another. It's not just you don't spend 2 hours playing video games and you spend 2 hours working. It's that your dopamine receptors don't get fried. You don't feel tired after playing video games and just constantly want to get entertained. You don't, get dragged into, instead of 2 hours, playing 4 hours of video games. Like, that's not even an option. So what are you going to do instead? You're going to go to the gym. You're going to go to your office. You're going to do something productive because it's so much easier for you to do. And when you do that over a long period of time, what I was saying about compounding effects, it's going to become natural to you. It's natural to me to work all day. It's natural for me to go to the gym minimum once a day. I don't miss days, but maybe twice a day a lot of the times. So these things become normalized to you. And when someone comes along and tells you their daily schedule, they're like, oh, I wake up, I eat breakfast, I play some video games, maybe I work a little bit, I have lunch, I go shop, I do all these things. It's like, where's the work? Where's the progress? Like, you're going to be so, alienated to this other world where people aren't progressing, because it's like, what do you do all day? Like, that's how I look at people who aren't trying to improve themselves, who are just normal, people, I guess. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you trying to improve yourself? And it may sound harsh, right? If they're on, they just want to have fun, they don't care about improving themselves, whatever. I don't care what anybody else does. I don't care what you do watching this. I don't care. I'm just telling you what works for me, right? So what works for me is getting rid of all that crap and maximizing my life for progress, right? And when you start doing this, right, when you get a little bit of success, you're going to realize that you got so many things done in this amount of time, right? However long it took you to be successful. For me, I went from 0 to 150K profit in a month, in 9 months, because of how fast I moved and because of how I managed my time. But say it takes a year, right? You're like, wow, I went from here to here in a year. What if I do double the work, get rid of all the BS, and I could do that again in 6 months? You get addicted to it, right? You're seeing how quick you can get things done. And that's a big reason people aren't successful. This comes into a lot of my videos because it's a huge factor. A lot of you guys haven't tasted success, right? And take it from me and take it from all the other rich people, because they don't give their money away. It is 100% worth it to live this life, right? 100% worth it. All the BS you go through, getting rid of all the partying and the weed and the drugs, like I'm telling you to do, getting rid of all that crap and working, which may not be the most fun thing in the present moment, is worth it. You're going to thank yourself. You're going to be so happy that you're free and you've achieved everything you want to achieve. It's worth it, right? And if people understood that, like if I could snap my fingers and everybody in the world was rich for, let's say, a week, they lived their life, they didn't have to check their bank account, they could do whatever they wanted, I promise you every single person with their right mind would be working so much harder when that week went up and they went back to their normal lives. Why? Because they've tasted success. It's a law of exposure. Once you see something, you cannot unsee it. There's a reason the hungriest people in the world, at least that I know, the hungriest people are the people that get rich and then lose it all. Why? Because they've seen the top and they're going to go like this. They're going to bounce right back up, because when they're at the bottom, they're going to work their ass off to get to the top. So this is what you guys need to understand without experiencing this, because more than likely you guys haven't become successful yet, right? And that's fine. That's why you're watching this content. But you need to understand that this life is worth it, and you need to understand that if you could get this success in a short amount of time, which you can, like if you actually believed it was possible, then you would stop wasting time. That's the reason I don't waste time. It's because I've seen success. I know how many things I can get done, how quickly I can change my life. So I get addicted to it, right? But so many people watching this video and just in general in today's world, they've never seen it. They've never tasted what they want to taste. They've never gotten to success. So they keep living in comfort. They keep, living their normal life because they don't know what's on the other side of that wall, the other side of that wall of actually trying. And when you do that, you're not going to waste time, because you're going to be like, wow, you're going to feel guilty every time you waste time. You're going to be like, wow, I wasted today. I could have put that towards my goals. I wasted an hour. I could have done this, this, this. And when you look at it from a timing standpoint, when you realize that, wow, instead of doing this, in 3 days, I can work harder and get it done in 1 day. Now, if you do the math on that, I'm going to get done everything I want to get done in 4 months instead of a year. Like, every single decision you make matters, and every single decision you make towards your positive side instead of your negative side, like working on your business or going to the gym instead of partying or drinking, that is something that is basically like a checklist, right? It's either on the good side or it's on the bad side. And the more things you have on the good side of that checklist, the more wins you stack every day, every week, every month, the quicker you're going to become successful and the quicker you're going to change your life. So what am I saying? I'm saying that you guys need to taste success. You need to do whatever it takes to get to the start, to make a little bit of money. This is what I tell everybody, because I promise you, as soon as you get your first win, as soon as you finally get some results, you're going to get addicted to it. I promise. All you have to do is go through that BS at the start for whatever you're trying to achieve. Most of you guys are probably trying to make money. Go through the gauntlet of business, go through the gauntlet of, building yourself, and then finally make that first dollar, get that first sale. Because when you do, your life's going to be changed forever. You're going to realize that your eyes are going to be opened up, basically. You're going to realize that everything is possible. You're going to realize that you want to have a life of freedom, and you're going to realize that you can actually achieve what you want to achieve. And this is why delusional self-belief is so important. This is why people with the biggest egos seem to win in business. It's not a coincidence. It's because they have the delusional self-belief at the start to not care what anybody else says, not care what, these people calling them cringe, these people hating on them, and having their own self-belief and having that override that, right? Having that delusional self-belief to be like, I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care if you say I'm going to fail, you say I'm going to fail, whatever. I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm going to win, even though I've never done it before. So a lot of you guys need to up your ego. A lot of you guys need more delusional self-belief, and you simply need to do whatever it takes to get that first bit of success. Come back to this video after you do. If you get to that first part of success and you're like, oh, Nathan, I did it. It was hard. I want to stop. First off, that's never going to happen. But if that happens, cool. I'll pay you personally. But I guarantee you, once you get to that first mark of success, the first gauntlet of business or whatever you're trying to achieve, you are going to be so addicted to that feeling and you are not going to want to stop. So it's important you guys get to your first piece of success, because then you're going to stop wasting time. You're going to get into momentum. You're going to start building a better life for yourself at a rapid rate, because once you see that success, you're going to work harder. You're going to stop wasting time. Your eyes are going to be opened up. You're going to start thinking bigger, and everything in your life is going to go right. But too many of you guys are sitting in comfort, right? Too many of you guys are just sitting there basically saying, you know what? I don't think I can do it. You know what? Maybe I could try, but I probably won't succeed. Most businesses fail, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you're already thinking that way, you shouldn't even start, because you're not going to win. And this channel, this, YouTube environment, whatever space I'm in, the self-improvement space, this isn't for you, right? Go watch Mr. Beast. But if you have enough delusional self-belief to be like, okay, I'm going to win. I don't care what anybody else says. It doesn't matter. I am going to succeed anyway. Then you're in the right place. And when you take that mindset and actually take action, right? Because it doesn't matter how much BS you say to yourself. Doesn't matter how many affirmations you do in the mirror. But once you take action and once you get to a little part of success, just a little taste of it, I promise you your life is going to change forever. So guys, you need to get to that first part of success, because when you do, you'll stop wasting time. Now, getting back to the main point of this video, wasting time and why it's so detrimental. There are so many reasons. I already went over a lot of them. I went over like why, it goes into other things. It's not just the time spent. It's, it goes into other things, whether it's drinking, video games, whatever it is. Like, it's going to affect the rest of your life, not just that time spent doing it. But another major thing is that you don't have the right mindset overall. If I took a day off, which I haven't in 3 years, like hand to God, I have done some piece of work every single day for the last 3 years. If I took a day off, I wouldn't be able to rest, right? I wouldn't be able to sleep. I would be so mad at myself I wouldn't be able to sleep. Why? Because I would feel so guilty that I didn't get anything done. I would feel so guilty that, I could have done this, I could have done this, I could have done that, but instead, you know what? No, I just watched Netflix. No, I just whatever, hung out with my friends. I didn't do anything productive. Like, no, I wouldn't be able to sleep. And too many of you guys don't have that hunger. You don't have that fire inside of you. You rather, right? You rather sit there and be like, okay, you know what? I'll take a rest day. I deserve it. I worked hard for 3 days. Am I anywhere near my goals? Absolutely not. But, I deserve it. Let me lay on my couch and just take a day off. It's just one day. What's that going to do? No, it's not about the one day. Missing one day is not going to kill you. What's going to kill you is not having the guilt of missing that day. If you guys understand this, it's about the mindset. It's about not feeling guilty that you didn't do anything that day, because that mindset is going to get you nowhere in this life. It's going to have you going backwards, not forwards towards your goals. You need to have such a drive, such ambition, such discipline that if you miss a day, if you don't do something right and you're a perfectionist, that you're going to be like, wow, I'm pissed at myself. I'm mad. I know all these people tell you to be extremely happy with yourself, pat yourself on the back all the time, smile in the mirror. But the truth is, a lot of you guys have no results. You need to be mad at yourself. You need to get pissed, because it really is you versus you, right? The discipline thing, the whatever, like I was saying with the time, right? Everybody has the same amount of time. So all it is you versus you. If you've made different decisions in your life, you could be wherever you want to be. You could have the supercar, you could have the crazy crib, you could have the life of your dreams, but your past self has not made the right decisions. Your past self has simply not done the right things to get there, or you wouldn't be watching this video. You'd be living your dream life. So something has to change. And the easiest way to change something is to get mad at yourself and to just have that conversation with yourself in your head. Be like, you know what I'm doing right now isn't working. I need to stop being nice. I need to actually lock in and overcome my inner bitch, because that's what's holding everybody back, right? It's all about decisions, and you need that discipline. You need that mindset to override you giving into your current pleasures, you giving into your current comfort. That's the only way you're going to progress and improve. So it's not about missing one day. It's about having guilt. It's about that you need to have that mindset where you wouldn't even be able to sleep if you missed a day, because you'd be so mad at yourself. And it all ties into what I was just saying. It's because you guys haven't tasted success. It's because people don't understand what the top tastes like, what it feels like. Because if they did, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't be able to rest. They wouldn't be able to sleep, because they'd understand how high of a level that others are competing at. I see so many people living in Miami that have a way better life than me, and all that does is motivate me, right? I see people who are on their A game, who are locked in, and I'm trying to compete with those people. I'm not trying to compete with the people who take days off. Like, if you're taking days off, bro, like, good for you. We're not even in the same stratosphere. Like, I'm not worried about you. I'm gonna beat you 10 times over, and my whole bloodline is. So don't even worry about that. It may sound harsh, but if you have that mindset, bro, like I said, go watch Mr. Beast, go watch Netflix, bro, just enjoy your life, because this isn't for you. But I'm competing with people at the highest level, and that's how I improve, right? So you guys need to compete with people at a higher level than you, and this goes into cutting off your friends, right? If you're around friends who are garbage, and don't cut off all your friends. If your friends are, doing the right things, if they have the same ambition as you on the same goals, fine. Having friends is completely fine. Having broke friends and having friends who aren't trying to change the fact that they're broke is the problem. That's what's holding you back. So when you cut off those friends, right, and you're only friends with hustlers, with people who motivate you, you're gonna rise to the occasion. There was a study done at Harvard, like a literal study a couple weeks ago, where it showed that someone who is within 20 feet of a high performer, like say they're in the same office, there's someone killing it right there, like locked in at their desk, a high performer, they will work up to 40% harder. So it's about your environment. I know you've heard this a million times on the internet, and I know it is the most cliche thing ever. Oh my God, you got to cut off your friends. You're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time around, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? It's true. And you are still hanging out with weirdos and losers who are holding you back. So what are you waiting for, bro? You watching this, right? You got your friends. They're probably sending you memes on Instagram and TikTok right now, right? All the loser friends that are holding you back. Block them right now. Get rid of your friends, okay? Because the truth is, it's either them or you. It's either your goals or your friends. Because if you don't sacrifice for your goals become the sacrifice. So it's up to you, bro. It's your decision. If you want to keep those friends, you want to play 2K with them every night, and you want to play Fortnite with them every night, and you want to smoke weed and party, cool. Do that, bro. That is good for you. But this isn't the channel for you, and you're never going to live your dream life. That's just the reality of it. So if you want to do that, if you listen to this video and you're like, no, I can't give that up, cool. Don't give it up. Just be a loser forever. There's a reason not everybody's rich. There's a reason they call it the 1%. It's because only 1% of people are willing to take the sacrifices needed. Like I said, how I explained to you guys earlier in this video, my lifestyle, it's not the most fun thing ever. I'm optimizing for improvement. I'm optimizing to get rich, get strong, and get smarter. That's all I care about, right? So no, I'm not having the most fun. No, I'm not, partying and getting with random girls all the time like I could, whatever. I am trying to improve. So if you want to live that life, right? If you want to make a little bit of money, like all these weirdos online who make 10K a month and think they're the best thing ever. If you want to do that, that's easy, right? If you want to get to 10K a month online and just live your life, spend it all, have fun, party, go do that. But people watching this have bigger ambitions. People watching this, at least if you're in the right place, you want to have at least 100K months. You want to have millions in the bank. You want to have the crazy cars. You want to achieve more than everybody else. And if you're, that type of person, you're watching the channel that you should be, because I'm that type of person, right? I'm not these guys telling you the top 3 ways to make 10K a month online. I'm not doing any of that, okay? I am trying to actually get to the pinnacle. I'm trying to have one of the best lives ever. So too many of you guys, right? Too many people are watching this and they're like, okay, I don't want to give that up. I don't want to give that up. I don't want to give that up, whatever. And that's fine. You will just stay a loser and you won't, achieve your dream life. So if you guys want to do that, that's completely fine. But to summarize this video, what you need to do, stop wasting time. And once you get to that first success point, do whatever you can to get there. Because once you get there, you're going to understand that you don't want to waste time anymore, right? You're going to get addicted to success. You're going to get addicted to doing the right things. And you're not going to even want to do all the things that are ruining your your life. And then lastly, you need to be harsh with yourself if you want to change something, because too many people are overly nice to themselves when they're losers, completely average, and they haven't achieved anything. So you need to get rid of, that nice version of yourself for a little bit and actually be harsh with yourself if you want to change something. I hope you guys found this video informative. Like I said, if you want to see more of this content, subscribe. I post every few days on here just teaching you guys every single thing I've learned going from 0 to millionaire at 19 years old. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'll link it below. I post like 4 to 5 times a day on there, just more value, lifestyle content, business content, everything like that. And then lastly, if you want to work with me one-on-one and learn how you can make your first 10K a month online as a sports content creator, I do have a community with over 50 guys where I teach one-on-one how to get rich the same way I did with a sports content business. I'm going to leave some links below with more info on that. Again, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.